right on top. You're sure to like it 'cause it's got marshmallow center, chocolate too. Pinky's the bar for you.
It's all right, I'm back. It's not a time warp. We're in the 1960s, remember? And John Ewing has just arrived in New Zealand fresh from working for Walt Disney to find very little in the way of an animation industry.
There was Sam Harvey, who had his little studio, and a guy named Bob Morrow. But Bob Morrow had pretty well moved to one side, so there's basically just Sam Harvey. And so he and I teamed up for a while and did the commercials.
Here's a tip that's tops.
By the time John arrived, Sam had already offered others the beginning of a new career in animation. Enthusiastic youngsters like Dick Frizzell.
As soon as I got in there, I thought this is going to be fantastic. I thought it was like going to Hollywood or something, you know what I mean, working in a Disney studio. And in fact, I was so keen to get in that Sam took me on so medievally. He took me on for a month or so without any wages, just to see if it would work out.
Meet Henry.
At the same time in Levin, Bob Morrow and Mike Walker were also moving into advertising and coming up with animated commercials that will always be associated with the beginnings of television here.
And then on, Henry blossomed. He saved, built a house.
I think because of the fact that there was a series, it became identified pretty clearly in the public's mind.
Not to be outdone, in Auckland, the boys from The Big Smoke were coming up with some icons of their own.
And that was my big claim to fame. You know, you meet people at the beach or something and you get talking and say, oh, I'd say, oh, I did that Tuesday. You know what I mean? You know.
The ads kept coming in the 3 years that Dick worked for Sam, but when John Ewing arrived, things were bound to change.
We're all nuts in there anyway.
It was so difficult to find someone and train someone to do it the way I thought it should be done.
He was Disney and I was very European. I was pushing everything towards that, the Gerald McBoing Boing, Mr. Magoo. I wanted the round eyes with the dots and he wanted the oval eyes with the ovals, and, you know, can you imagine that? We used to fight over these ovals, you know. And that used to drive John insane. He was such a classicist, everything, you know, he was bloody good at this Disney thing that he did. He had it down pat. But that was it. Everything had to be like tight and even, and the movements had to be perfect.
I didn't understand that, yes, perhaps there should be or could be a dropping of the standard or a change in the direction that an animator could take.
In one room, he's trying to make everything perfect. In the other room, I'm trying to make it look like this. I mean, it was bound to end in tears, I have to say.
Tears or not, there was a new generation of animators growing in confidence and keen to put new ideas on screen. Influences flooding in from overseas that said rules could be broken.
It was a bit like when punk rock came along and all of a sudden you could design things with sellotape and scissors and it didn't matter, you know, that registration and all that sort of stuff went out the window. And this revolution in animation meant the same thing, that you could actually put something on the screen that was all blotchy, like the colours didn't match and all this sort of stuff, and everyone go, instead of saying, that looks like crap, you must say, wow, that's modern, you know, because it was.
Sam Harvey and John Ewing were soon to go their separate ways too, with Sam going on to animate another all-time favourite, at least with the audience.
Well, the thing that I seem to have made some kind of inroads with them was the Goodnight Kiwi thing, which wasn't very good in my eyes.
But it's become a legend!
Yes, I know it has, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's worth its salt, does it?
Okay, whatever. Anyway, by now there were other New Zealanders coming home with overseas training, like Murray Freeth.
I was determined that I was going to have my own studio, and I wanted to come back to Christchurch because there's no animation being done in Christchurch that I knew of.
Murray worked for the famous English animators Hallis and Batchelor, and his training there laid the groundwork for his Christchurch studio to go on to produce an entire animated series, Hughie the Clown.
I love it when my stuff gets up.
Hughie drew animators from all over the country, When Murray first set up in the late 1970s, New Zealand's professional animators could be counted on the fingers of one hand, and it was usually John Ewing's hand.
Oh, John had a huge impact. Late 70s, early 80s, there'd be about 5 or 6 animators that John Ewing I used to see a lot of. Ewan Frizzell, Bob Stenhouse, knew each other's style and help each other out with work.
I should draw Ewan Frizzell, his purple hair. Well, he won't like me telling you this. Ewan Frizzell, when I first met him, had purple hair. I laughed at this. This guy came, I was at Reynolds Film Productions. This young fella came, had his hair dyed purple, but he was vitally interested in animation.
It took me many years to meet John Ewing before I met John Ewing, who's an incredibly friendly and helpful person. By that stage, I had more or less everything worked out. I'd managed to find out from books and talking to other people. But it was a long, hard road of just doing it on your own, basically, which is what people did. Yeah, you invented it as you went along.
Eventually, Ewan, like Murray, went to England and Hallison Batchelor to hone his craft. But on his return in the early 1980s, he found an opportunity to take commercial animation beyond the advertising world.
I took a look at the project, really liked the book, and decided that it was about time I got back into doing some more work for myself rather than just the commercials, and thought that it would be a good thing to do The Wizard of Wallaby Wallow.
The Wizard of Wallaby Wallow was very busy. And from The Wizard, it was on to another familiar New Zealand face.
Out of the gate and off for a walk went Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy.
Harry is one of the hardest of the lot. He's almost Linley's handwriting. All of the other dogs are much more straightforward, and they're also a lot simpler to draw too. The interesting thing about Harry was that it was the first children's series we did using computers back in the early 80s.
No, you promised to talk about the blue pencil before we got into computers. You promised.